Welcome back to the Family Guy podcast. This is the podcast where two dumb teenagers talk about each and every single episode of the world's most
Yeah, it was
shocking,
good. I'm ready to
stupid
go
cartoon every episode. Oh, I don't even know where I was going. You said what?
Said I'm ready to go home. It was good.
You ready to go home? It's good. All right, let's go. Thank you guys for watching. No,
That'd be crazy.
This is a 5-second podcast.
Yeah, 5 seconds. The 5 second podcast.
5-second podcast is the rebrand.
Bye.
I think we would just do it in 5. We like speed it up so much. We talk for 30 minutes, but we speed it up so much. It's like 5 seconds. So it's like, you're with us. Bye. Oh man, but
I'm gonna do that.
what if we did a podcast in reverse? Just played the whole thing in reverse. People upload like just your own podcast. Yeah. But anyways, this is the podcast where two dumb teenagers talk about each and every single episode of the world's most shocking and stupid cartoon ever made, known as Family Guy. Okay. This is season 2, episode 11. A picture is worth $1,000.
This episode was really good.
I enjoyed this episode, but it wasn't my favorite that we've seen. Personally, I think that this episode it could be better. I think my main issue with it, which we'll get to later, is there's a lot of topical humor. Which
Dakota, it's Family Guy. Come on.
This was 22 years ago, I think, maybe more. I don't know, probably more actually.
They're just making fun of artists.
This was so many years ago though, like that I don't get these references, and that's my only problem with it. I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm just saying that for me personally, this wasn't the best episode, just because I didn't really get all of it. I got some of it. Though.
Maybe you should start getting it now.
Start getting it.
Yeah.
I mean, I still give it a pretty good score. We'll get to that at the end, but all right, let me read the summary here. Oh shit, I didn't get a summary. Okay. Never mind.
Okay, I can pretty much sum this episode up.
We're going to sum it up as we go. It's whatever.
It's pretty much like, Chris.
You have 10 seconds. 10. 9.
Chris becomes
8,
an artist. The artist guy,
6,
fartsy artist,
8.
That's it. That's all I got.
That helps a lot. All right, before
Yeah.
we get into the episode, let's read a comment from our episode 9.
Oh, yeah.
So this episode actually...
Was it that one comment I sent you, like...
No. This is a comment. So I asked, because I was like, in the episode, it felt like you were derailing the conversation like every few minutes. Like we took like 10 minutes to get into the actual episode, and I was like,
what was I doing?
You were just bringing up like random crap, but which is fine. But I was just like, when I was editing it, I was like so mad. For some reason, I was like, God damn it, we just get to the damn episode already. And so I was like, just what are you doing? Everyone's going to click off at this point.
Yeah.
I was like so mad in the editing dungeon, I mean.
Yeah, you were banging on the door. Let me out.
Please, God, what the fuck? You won't stop talking about random shit. No, but then also, it made me even more mad because in the episode, like, apparently we didn't notice this, but like part of it wasn't recording. When we actually got into the episode finally, it's like the battery died and we didn't realize for a minute, and we didn't even like sum it up because we didn't notice that it had been dead. So we didn't even know that any of that had happened.
That's crazy.
So like we just missed like the whole introduction to the actual plot. So we spent 10 minutes riffing about random shit, and then we didn't even get into the plot where I wanted. So I was like, I like went in and I was like, I'm sorry, I don't know. This is what happened. So I summed it up, but I put like the Q&A thing on Spotify, and I was like, you guys hate us for all the tangents, and number one fan said, no way, your tangents are the key reason I love this podcast. Without that, you're just a generic Family Guy review podcast. I may as well search up a review on Google. So I appreciate that.
All right, so let's talk about white cars.
Yeah, what? White cars.
I don't know.
Just like way off topic.
Yeah.
Let's talk about...
your mom.
No, it's okay. I don't want to talk about it. Nobody cares.
Oh, shit.
All right. This is the first thing I wrote down for this episode. It was a quote, I think. Yeah, this is a quote. Oh, this is the cold open. So it was, "Where's Brian? Breakfast is getting cold." And then like a voice comes over. It's like, in tonight's episode, the part of Brian the dog will be played by Carter Banks. He's like, "Here I am."
Yeah, and
it's like camera 2. He's like, sorry, I overslept. He's like, yes. Well, do you want breakfast, or would you rather chew on your own ass as usual? And he's like, I'm sure you have something to say to that. And he like doesn't remember his line. He's like, oh God, sorry. Can you give me the line again?
Yeah, no,
like, just the end of it, not the beginning.
I like when Family Guy does that.
I did like this cutaway.
They incorporate.
I mean, cold open.
Yeah, it wasn't like cut.
And then he says, not the whole line, just the end of it. And he's like, "Oh, let's cut. All right, you're sleeping." He's like, "All right, you're sleeping with which producer?"
Yeah.
God, as soon as this movie deal kicks in, I'm such a ghost. I don't even know. I don't even remember the delivery of this, but basically, it was like they had replaced Brian, which I think is a funny opening right there. But they didn't replace Brian throughout the whole episode.
Oh shit!
It was just a little code over.
And then it cuts after that.
The theme song,
and then it cuts. Doesn't it cut right to Peter's blindfolded?
Peter, take off your blindfold.
He's like, and then she's like, "We're
almost there. Not yet. I don't want to ruin my birthday surprise." Well, then at least let me drive.
He said, "You know, it's illegal for women to drive."
Yeah. And she's like, he goes, "A women driving? That's adorable." And he's like, "Peter, I don't think." And she's like, "Oh, we're here. All right. Please, I'm begging you, stop the car." "Oh, we're here. Never mind." And he's like, "Whoa, Bob's Funland and putt golf. The grown-up in me likes the prospect of fun, but the kid in me is suicidal over what a fat bastard I'll become."
Oh, shit.
I really love that bit right there. And then I'm pretty sure when he said that, his body like morphed into like a kid.
Really?
I think. I might be wrong.
I don't remember that.
Maybe I'm wrong. But
you're wrong. Wrong again.
I did really like the bit where he's driving blindfolded though, and also I like the idea that he's like, "Where are we going for my birthday surprise?" Even though he's driving.
Yeah.
He's like, "No, I don't want to ruin the surprise, though I am driving to the location." And he seems like he's a pretty good blindfold driver.
Yeah.
All things considered. I mean, isn't he the one who said like, "I drive better when I'm drunk" or something?
Yeah.
Maybe he just drives better when he's impaired.
Yeah.
For some reason.
That's crazy.
Impaired in any way.
Yeah.
Like he loses his sight.
It's funny when
really
like he does like they do like some drunk driving scene. He's like,
yeah, there's a
and you hear like the background. Yeah, it's great.
So, wait, what? The intro was the first real meta bit in Family Guy. That's a good. I wrote that down. I mean, I think that's true. You agree?
Yeah, I
like
mean,
you know what I mean by meta?
Like good?
No, like meta as in like breaking the fourth wall, kind of like first. It was the first real like joke where they're like in a TV show.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they have a few bits where they like look into the camera, but they're not like explicitly being like, "This is a show." This is the first time they've really done that, which I'm sure they're gonna do plenty more of it.
Dude, there's this one thing I'm gonna go off on
Later
a little tangent real quick.
Yeah.
I'm breaking fourth wall. So last night when I was watching Futurama,
Mm-hmm.
they broke the fourth wall.
Oh, really?
Because I watched 2 episodes. And the first when I was finishing the first one, it was like the slurp, like the drink episode where they go to the planet.
That's a good one.
And I think they broke the fourth wall somehow. I think they mentioned like Fox or whatever. It was funny.
They like
when
it.
they
Yeah,
do that.
I like it when shows do that too, but not when it's too on the nose.
What do you mean?
When it's, I feel like Family Guy, especially later, from what I've heard, anyways. I haven't really watched all of it, but like I hear that the fourth wall, or maybe I'm thinking of It's just like shows like this. They kind of they lean on it a little bit too much sometimes.
Yeah, I can see that. Later in the episode, Family Guy like, "What do you do?" Peter looks in the camera and he's like, "Why are you watching Fox on a Sunday night? Don't you have anything better to do?"
I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes they can lean on it. Especially I've heard a lot of people complain about Rick and Morty's use of it.
Yeah.
Because Rick and Morty is like, they just kind of are weird. But speaking of Rick and Morty, I need to watch season 8 or 7.
Oh, it's also funny. Hold on, is this? Oh, that was way ahead. Never mind. It was funny though.
Let's see. So he goes in, and this was crazy. So they go into like the place where they're the putt golf, Bob's Funland and putt golf, and they go in and they're going on waiting in line for a ride in Quagmire. He looks at this one girl and he goes, "Well, hello, you got to be this beautiful to ride the Quagmire."
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
So good.
Slowly ramping him up.
I love that.
Slowly ramping.
At first, I thought he said you got to be this big to ride the Quagmire, and I was like, "Whoa!" But then I realized he said beautiful, so that's pretty good.
Whoa.
And he did like her height.
Yeah,
it's great.
He's like, "Come on over to my house later."
I love his when he does a good line. It's so funny. Gotta be this beautiful to ride the Quagmire. While playing mini golf, Peter hits a ball and it flies through a china shop where a bull is carefully.
Oh yeah.
He's carefully like looking at stuff. He's like, that's pretty cool. And
It's
then a golf ball just flies through the window and like breaks a
Yeah.
bunch of things. And then someone walks around the corner and he's like, "Look, man, I know what you're thinking."
Yeah. Listen, man, I know how this looks, but it's not what it looks
So
like.
good.
It's not the literal It's not.
He's literally a bull in a china shop, but he's doing a good job at being a bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
So then the ball actually flies out of there even and hits Peter's car window, and then the guy who owns the place, Bob himself.
Bob was apparently bullied.
It's so good. He comes up and he goes, "Sir, I'm gonna have to ask you and your party to leave. You've caused nothing but trouble. And he's like, "Perhaps we should just continue the party elsewhere," says Cleveland. No, he says, "Perhaps we should just continue the party at some other type of location."
He's like, no, wait, I know this guy. We went to high school together.
Yeah, he's like, "We did?" He's like, "Yeah, he was a loser then, he's a loser now." And then, we used to kid this kid all the time. And there's like, he's like crying at his mom's grave. And they're like, "Bob misses his mommy. Bob misses his mommy." And he's like,
yeah,
so
dude,
crazy.
That's fucking fucked up.
It's so funny. But eventually, what happened? Because I wrote down Peter is depressed because of the situation. What happened? I didn't write down what the situation was. Did Peter? He got kicked out or something? Oh, because it turned out Bob was the man himself.
What the fuck am I
doing? And he had the authority to do it. What?
Wait, hold on. I'm Neptune, god of the sea.
Oh.
I sink ships. And then he says, "You know nothing of my work." You know what I put as a comment? LOL. Like I knew.
Put comments?
Yeah, I've been doing that where I just put comments at places I like.
That's a pretty good idea.
I need to put like more detailed than lol.
Lol. That's funny. That's really good.
Dude, you know why I did that though?
What?
I was like, I'm gonna know what this means in like 2 days.
That's kind of what I did. I was like, Peter was depressed from the situation. What situation? So I'm pretty sure what happened is he when he was arguing with the guy over.
Oh, they did like a cutaway with Neptune.
Yeah, because he was saying like let me talk to Bob himself or whatever, and he was like, "I am Bob himself," and he's like, "Oh," and then he's like, "Well, I'm Neptune, god of the sea," or whatever, and then the actual Neptune comes in and he's like, "You know nothing of my work." Yeah. So anyways, they're back at the house. He got kicked out of the place. Peter's sad about the situation, and he goes, "Can't we just have a good rest of your birthday?" He's like, "Look, Stewie wrote you this. It says, 'Happy birthday, Dad. Love, Stewie.'" And he's like, "Let me see that. Did you forge my name? Oh, there's that backwards S supposed to be cute. I'm going to crap double for you tonight." What was your comment for that? Lol.
Nothing. No, I didn't comment. I poured it in her drink. What was that comment? I guarantee it was lol. When they roofie Chris instead of his.
Wait, what? Is that later?
Yeah.
It's like, what the hell?
It's not too later, but it's a little later.
Okay.
It's like a couple lines down.
So Peter really wants to be famous for his birthday wish. I think that's what it is he's sad because his loser Bob. Oh, that's what it is. The loser Bob said,
Bob misses mommy.
He said, "Well, I own this whole park, and what do you own?" And he's like, "Oh,
my wife."
And that's yeah. Oh, that would be funny. No, but that's when he fakes being Neptune or whatever, and then Neptune comes in. And
you know nothing of my work.
Yeah. So he's sad because he hasn't accomplished anything, and this loser Bob who misses his mommy has accomplished things, and so he's like, "Damn, I need to accomplish something." He wants to be famous. So oh yeah. So Chris also made him a really good painting. It's actually a pretty good painting. And he's like, "Oh, Chris, thanks." And then his dad's going to work, and Chris comes in and he goes, "Don't forget this. Maybe you could hang it in your office." And he's like, "Son, I'll put it somewhere everyone can see it." And he sticks it over his broken window that he broke yesterday. And then some guy stops by next to him and was like, "Excuse me, I'll give you $1,000 for what you have in the back there." $1,000 for a bumper sticker? No.
For that
I have a gallery in Soho.
Yeah.
I'll give you $5,000. What do you say? And he's like, "Yeah." And then he comes in and he's like, I love you, freaking son of mine. I got $5,000 for that painting you made me." He's like, "But I painted it just for you, Dad." And he's like, "Don't feel bad, Chris. I didn't even want it." Yeah. And he's like, "Now all we got to do is get a free trip to New York." Now,
where is that at?
Now we all get a free trip to New York because Mr. Monty thinks that you could be a famous artist. So they go to the Big Apple. Would you comment on it?
This was what the hell?
What?
I don't know. It was a different night.
It's a different. You wrote the whole transcript down, right?
I copied and pasted it on the website.
I just put down pieces of it.
I say, go to.
So what? They go to the Big Apple. They're at this Chris's place.
Yeah.
And he goes, welcome, Chris. There are a number of artists here that you'd like you to meet. He's like, hey, let's talk turkey, Monte. Monty.
Yeah.
Like, we've all been here. We've been here all day, and Chris isn't a famous artist yet. He's like, creating art takes a lot of training and technique. All the great artists took classes. He's like, even Walt Disney? Ryder's face lit up.
Dude, this is
like the craziest cutaway I think.
You want to be a star, don't you?
Yeah, so it's
Take
like,
it off.
It's like Walt
Take
Disney
it off.
drawing. Did he have a cigarette in his mouth? I want to say maybe he had a cigarette in his mouth.
might have.
He's like sitting there like drawing, and he's like, oh yeah, this is good. And then he looks over and like Minnie Mouse is there. Is it Minnie Mouse?
Yeah, it's.
And he's like, you want to be a star, don't you? Take it off. And she's like taking her like dress off, and he's
Yeah.
like, and she's like crying, and he's like, do I have to? And she's like, you want to be a star? It's crazy.
Yep, just ruining a lot of people's childhood. Like
Yep.
Family Guy does.
Yep.
There's also this one thing. It's like later.
They ruined Mr. Rogers.
Yeah,
Walt
they
Disney.
do a lot of things. They were Lois and Peter. Peter's like, I thought we were going to Disneyland, and Lois is like, no, we're going to some place Walt Disney supported. It's like Auschwitz or something.
Oh my god. Yeah. This
I mean, I think Walt Disney was
they're
a
funny.
anti-Semite because
Yeah.
they do a lot of things. They do one other thing. Where
Yeah,
and he's like, are the Jews gone yet?
Yeah.
And the guy's like, nope. He's like, unfreeze me when they are.
yeah. I guess he probably was. I don't really know all the facts there, but if Family Guy says it, it has to be true.
It has to be true.
You're
gonna be a star, don't you?
You want to be a star.
Dude, that was like, wait.
That's great. I remember you showed me that from Instagram Reels a couple times.
I showed you that a couple times.
You saved it for some reason. Yeah.
Drop the mic.
You like run in place for a second and then.
All right, I'm back.
So that cutaway is insane though.
That's like the most extreme cutaway for like. There's gonna be others for sure, but
like so far there hasn't been anything too crazy. I feel like that was one of the crazier ones we've seen so far.
do you know what we need to do when we like get like farther into the show, which is gonna be a while?
Yeah.
But when we do, we need to do like a cutaway tier list.
Oh man, yeah.
That would be amazing and fun.
That would be good. We could definitely do that. Maybe on Patreon or something.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Go subscribe to Patreon.
Go subscribe to us on Patreon, by the way. This week we covered... What did we cover? BoJack Horseman. So we covered BoJack Horseman on Patreon this week. We also covered Rick and Morty, Archer, Bob's Burgers, American Dad, so many different things. We have a whole catalog built up over there. It's only $5 a month. Everything... Well, patreon.com/everything but Family Guy.
Yeah.
It'll be the link in our bio or in the description. Go check us out if you're enjoying this episode. All right. So... I will say one thing about these old... This is what I wrote down. I will say one thing about these old episodes. I don't like... The one thing I don't like about these old episodes is I don't understand any of the cutaways. Like, I mean, I understand the Walt Disney one, obviously. But
Of course you understand
yeah, it's
that
not
one.
hard to understand that one. But I don't get the ones where it's like... I like the ones where it's like timeless jokes, like that one.
Yeah.
Or, like, for example, the deer bit that I talked about in season 1.
Yeah.
Where he's like, you could bump that.
That was a really good cutaway.
Really good cutaway. But
Oh, man.
in this specific time, like, case...
Yeah.
A lot of it's really topical, and I don't really get it. You know, it's still funny sometimes, but sometimes I don't. I'm just like, what? Who is this person? What are they joking about? Like, for example, in this episode, there's a recurring bit with this one actress person or model or something who's like really skinny. I guess she's like really skinny and she like falls through cracks.
Yeah. Very
funny concept. Very funny concept. And she like blows away in the wind. She's like,
she's like,
a draft.
Wind. Yeah, and she like blows away. She's like,
It's just funny still.
Yeah.
It's still funny, but I don't know who she is. It might be funnier if I did, but
dude, honestly,
which is fine. You can still do that.
Listen,
obviously.
if you keep thinking like that, you're gonna be in hell.
No, I mean, like I like it, and I
Here's the thing. Here's the weird thing. I laugh at every cutaway, even though I have no idea who they are or anything. I laugh at them. I think it's just like you just gotta not think like that. You know?
Well, it's just like I feel like it'd be funnier if I knew who they were, but there's so many people that they talk about. It's just also it's like I don't dislike it because of that, and I know that, and I'm not saying they should like remove that or anything. I still think it works, and it's a good addition.
Cool,
to
man.
It. But I just think that
Mac's like help.
Yeah, I just think that like if they did a little bit less of it, it would age better. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
And
maybe, but
I don't know. That's my opinion.
That's your
Chris.
opinion.
Yeah, Chris gets his hair all like crazy, like spiked and black and green. And what did I write down here?
Wait, what the hell? Why is
They're on a tall.
Why is the Disney cutaway all the way down here?
I don't know.
Fuck? Oh, that's right. I was missing like half the transcript.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So they're on a tall building, and Peter's like, Lois, do you have a penny? He's like, you're not gonna throw it off the edge, are you? And he's like, no.
Yeah.
And then she hands him a penny and goes, yes. And then he hits the penny, dude. It falls and it like lands on a cop's head, and it splits him in half.
Yeah. Oh,
and then,
yeah.
And then like a little one's inside of him, and he's like,
yeah, he's like,
he like runs away.
Yeah.
I laughed really hard.
That
at
was great. Yeah.
See, that's what I mean. Like, that's
laugh,
timeless.
Yeah. I see what you mean.
If it was like, if it fell and then it landed on like some actress that I have no idea who it is, and then like it was some obscure bit from like some movie that they are famous for like 30 years ago, then like I'd be like, what is this? You know
I can get that. I don't know. I just can laugh. I can laugh at anything. Like
it's
someone
still
getting
funny.
in a car crash.
Right. Well, that's your favorite thing.
Yeah.
I think this is the first episode where Meg is a punching bag. Also.
Oh
It's not
yeah.
like at this moment, but you see Chris's agent.
Don't have anything to add.
Oh, man.
I don't have any of the
You
transcript.
should try to remember. So Chris's agent tells Chris that he can't talk to Peter.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right.
And he tells him, and Peter gets very mad. And I think this is the first Meg punching bag thing. You see, so he's like, "This is a one-time out." Yeah. So Peter's all mad because Chris is like not talking to him anymore. He's like, "This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity for Chris, not you." He's like, "Are you so selfish you can't see that?" And he's like, "Yes, I am."
Yeah.
Peter, your son is using his talents to pursue his dreams. His dream.
Yeah.
He's like, I have no son except for Stewie and Meg.
Yeah.
And he goes, and Meg. And then he has this whole song where he's like, I had a dream. It's all about you, Meg Griffin. Not much you can do, Meg Griffin. You can't dance. You can't sing. No, you pretty much can't do a thing. Never fear, Daddy's here.
Meg Griffin can sexually assault robbers.
That's true. He's like, honey, you're gonna make our name famous. You'll be larger than life. I'll be proud you fell out of my wife. You'll be known far and wide like that princess who died. I'm gonna make you famous. Wait and see, honey. I'm gonna do this, but it's really for me. And he sings me. And
Peter's
then,
all
goes to
about
commercial,
himself,
and comes
though.
back and he goes,
That's the
me.
Yeah. Peter's all about himself, though.
He is all about himself.
like,
He even says it right there.
yeah.
I'm gonna make you famous, but for me,
Yeah, for me, not for you.
not for you. So,
Yeah.
they can't find like any talent
Yeah.
that Meg has. She's like, he's like, can you ice skate? You're like, sing? And so they're just like, what are we gonna do to make you famous? And then Meg is like, does like a bird call. And it's pretty good.
yeah.
And,
really good bird calls.
Yeah,
Bird
she does good bird calls,
call.
and then like a bird comes up, and this is really funny. So he's like, she's like, does a bird call, and he's like, do
Yeah.
another one, and she's like, okay, fine. She does it, and then this guy big bird looking bird
Yeah.
comes up, and he goes, you called me, and she's like, oh no, I wasn't calling you.
He's like,
he's like, oh, is this funny to you?
I have to take the subway.
You know what a pain in the ass it is to get across town this time of day, huh? Listen, mister, we don't want any trouble. It's like, I don't fly, I take the subway like everyone else. And people don't stare. You make me puke, bitch. And he spits at her.
Yeah.
It's crazy. That's like, I don't know.
It's all downhill from here.
It's all down here for Meg for here. And they actually they go further into it later. Wow. I just put my phone right here and the sun just blinded me.
Nice.
So Chris wants to see his dad, but the manager guy says no. Meg finally says, I quit, and runs away. It's funny. Peter's like, he's like, don't you run away, Meg. And she runs away. He's like, don't get on that subway, Meg. She gets on, or no, don't get on that bus, Meg. She gets on the bus, and he's like, don't. He's like, she just keeps getting farther away, and he just keeps going, no, don't get on that train.
Don't give me the finger, Meg.
yeah, it's great. But it does nothing about it.
Yeah.
So the family shows up to Chris's big moment where his art is making its debut, and when Peter realizes there's no strippers passing out free tacos, he gets mad.
Wait, really?
Yeah. He goes, Lois, I don't see any strippers passing out free tacos. What the hell?
Yeah. Shit.
But she just tricked him to get him there. When Chris's art is displayed, there's a bunch of pictures of Peter, and Peter is happy. But the manager is very unhappy. He's like, I guess I was wrong about you. You're no artist. You're just a no-talent punk. And he goes, wait a second. You can talk about my daughter that way, but not my son. That's really, like, that's punch and bag on Meg, right?
Yeah.
Are you even here?
Help.
Do you remember any of this?
I do, but I don't.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's been a minute since. I mean, it's been like 2 days.
You don't remember like he had a bunch of pictures
Yeah.
of Peter on the thing,
Yeah.
and then
Wait,
he got in
did
this whole
I-
argument.
What episode did I watch?
You watched the special version? No, but
I watched the hidden version.
yeah, right.
Watched the DVD version.
Nice. Actually, that would be cool to have the DVDs of this.
Dude, we should do like. We need to buy the Family Guy like DVD set and just
That'd be
like
cool.
watch like an episode of
I
them.
wonder. I think there's like
Dude.
commentary of it for sure,
Yeah.
like from Seth MacFarlane.
Well, I'm saying like just the DVD version. Watch one episode and just like compare it to like a Hulu release.
yeah, I wonder what the difference is.
Because that would be kind of cool.
I'm sure there's some.
What if there's more nudity?
Whoa,
Whoa, Lois.
Lois. Just like a
Honk honk. Oh shit.
the Medicaid is actually kind of crazy. The kids apologize for not being famous kids that he can mooch off of, and he says, "Well, that's okay. I have a wonderful family and a wife who loves me." And Lois says, "Yeah, when it all boils down, you're in a great place." And then some homeless dude who's sitting next to him goes, and they're like, "Oh." And then Peter knocks it into Calvin Klein, and he looks up and he goes, "Your baby is beautiful." He's talking about Stewie. He's like,
Oh,
"I
yeah.
want him as my diaper model." And then it just cuts to Peter, like Stewie, on like the Times Square board,
Yeah.
just like dancing, and he's like, "Ooh, yeah, you should like it." He's like just posing for like his like photo shoot, and so now Stewie's famous. So like after all that, Peter almost learned his lesson, and then he was like, "Actually, you're famous now, so we got what we wanted after all. We didn't have to learn anything."
It's so funny, like
Classic Family Guy.
because like Peter always learns his lesson. He's like the beginning of
He always almost learns his lesson.
Yeah, yeah.
He feels the consequences, and then they get removed almost every
Yeah,
time.
Peter's like a lucky idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he is.
He's a lucky idiot.
Like Archer, kind of, but
Yeah.
dumber.
Way dumber.
So here's what I wrote about my thoughts on the episode. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. There were a lot of topical bits I didn't get, though it was a very solid episode. I just feel like there are much better episodes out there.
Yeah.
What'd you think of the episode overall, if you remember?
I think it was good. I liked it. I liked the Walt Disney cutaway,
I
of
like the Walt
course,
Disney.
because it was funny.
I really liked that
then
Big Bird thing.
The Big Bird thing was cool. I remember that.
I don't know if it was
actually.
Big Bird or not. It looked like Big Bird.
No, it was. It was literally like they just. Yeah, it was an animation.
You know
of
what pain in
Big
the ass
Bird.
it is to get it around town these days?
Yeah.
I don't fly, you know.
I don't know. I liked.
I like the Meg hate.
Yeah.
It's a classic Family Guy.
I can't wait for Meg to get abused more. Really.
It's like seeing women in pain.
Anyways, let's rate this episode.
I did. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Oh, dang. 7.38246 out of 10. What do you give it out of 10?
I give it a Oh wait, I have it actually in my notes. Let me look at it. I actually have something in my notes, guys.
Oh, nice. You took a little bit of
I
time.
give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
It was
It's pretty
good.
high.
Yeah, just because of the 2 cutaways.
No, because you're, yeah.
I'm a Family Guy cutaway fan.
You could probably just be happy just watching a compilation of cutaways
Yes.
like all day.
In order too.
Yeah.
Like season 1 to season 22.
Oh my god, just every single cutaway ever.
Dude, I would like binge cutaways.
You can. It's on YouTube.
Might do that.
Anyways, thank you guys for watching.
Thank you guys for watching.
Check us out on Patreon. Friday will be BoJack episode.
BoJack Horseman. Oh my gosh,
So-
that episode was so low.
Like whatever. Don't tell him. Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. We got a bunch of banger episodes though out. So go check us out. We'll see you guys next time. Actually, a couple weeks ago, also we posted a free bonus episode. So if you want to go check that out before you actually
Free
buy,
bonus episode. That's rare.
Get it for free. Now, only one time thing. So if you want to check that out, get a little sample, and then decide to come over to the Patreon. Appreciate it. See you guys later.
Help! Help!